Hello and welcome to Lutherans Alive. This is the program that seeks to tell the stories of Lutheran Christians and their ministries here in Southwestern Pennsylvania, and we do that joyfully, believing that God is at work through us. I'm Pastor Tony Schneck, and pleased to be the host of the program today, and we are talking this day with Mark O'Donnell. Mark is the Director of Communications for Lutheran Senior Life, one of our social ministry organizations which serves many, many people here in Southwestern Pennsylvania. Mark, thank you so very much for being on the program today. Tell us, your official title again is?
Director of System Development and Communications for Lutheran Senior Life, which is essentially marketing, communications, public relations, and church relations being part of that.
Okay. And you yourself are a resident of the area. It so happens that you are not a Lutheran, but you are involved with us Lutherans. And your congregation, tell us again, which congregation is your home church?
Excuse me, it's Tetelestai. It's a non-denominational congregation in the New Kensington area of Pittsburgh. I've been there 20-some years, born and raised Catholic. I tell all my Catholic friends now that the really good Catholics are Lutherans. My faith journey ended up in a non-denominational church, but ended up at Lutheran Senior Life about 7 years ago, which has been a blessing beyond what I could have imagined. So.
Great, good. And in what ways do you serve Lutheran Senior Life specifically in your position?
In a variety of ways. Again, with the marketing communication activities, it's pretty much trying to make as many people as possible aware of who we are, what we do, and who we serve, which is we try to present ourselves as, well, we have different business lines of apartments and skilled nursing facilities, home care. My main goal is to let people know that if you have issues relating to seniors, whatever they may be, that Lutheran Senior Life is a ministry that can be a blessing to you either directly by providing those services or indirectly by steering you in the right way. If mom and dad need some assistance, we'd like to think we can be a resource to help you find out how they could be blessed. Yeah.
It may be helpful for many of our viewers to know that our Lutheran Church does have an extensive network of social service agencies. Very good, solid social service agencies which serve many people in many ways, whether it's Meals on Wheels or helping young people at places like Glade Run or through an organization like Lutheran Senior Life. Could you tell us some more things just sort of in a general way about Lutheran Senior Life, where there are certain services, specifically communities here in Southwestern Pennsylvania, which are overseen by Lutheran Senior Life?
Mm-hmm. The two key communities are Passivant Retirement Community in Zleenopel, which is really probably the model of a senior living community. Passivant has been around for more than 100 years, offers everything from skilled nursing, the whole continuum of care is there. Independent living apartments, nice villas on a beautiful 42-acre campus, home care, almost everything related to senior living is offered there. Our other big community is St. John's Specialty Care Center in Morris, Pennsylvania. Until recently, it was primarily a skilled nursing facility. We, as part of an effort that involved many of the congregations, recently opened Rosecrest on that campus, which is a assisted living facility. It's the first one licensed in Pennsylvania that deals with dementia, Alzheimer's, and related memory support issues for seniors. And then we have our life programs, which are located in Butler, Beaver, and recently Lawrence County, which is really a program that extends itself to poor members of the community. You have to be medical assistance eligible to participate, but it doesn't cost the families anything. We call those virtual nursing homes. People are bussed in on a daily basis, sometimes every day, sometimes 3 days a week, once a week, where they receive therapy, meals, related services. Those are the primary activities and locations. And we also have home care services where we take the services into the home. And we just recently decided with our board, we're going to be developing hospice programming for seniors. The goal again being that to touch seniors at every level and whatever point that they would need assistance, and that we'd be available to them.
The first thing you mentioned was the passive retirement community in Zelienople, which again is an excellent model in that seniors can take advantage of various living arrangements, everything from independent living to assisted living to needing quite a bit of care at whatever place they happen to be at that moment in their lives, that they can receive the services and the care that they need. And it's wonderful that Lutheran Senior Life offers that in so many different ways. Could you tell us a little more about the retirement community at Zelienople? What sorts of other things? What's it like there for some of the residents? How is it that Lutheran Senior Life seeks to provide that abundant life? That's sort of the verse that has come to be associated with Jesus said, "I came to give life and to give it abundantly," and that's sort of been the verse that's been associated with Lutheran Senior Life. Appropriate that we're on a program called Lutherans Alive, talking about giving older adults abundant life. What are some ways that happens? Say, for example, on the retirement community.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. Abundant life, when it's mentioned in the Gospel of John, it's in 10:10, means different things to all of us. What brings abundance to your life is different than what brings it to my life, and we know that Christ provides that in whatever way we need. And the same thing is true of the seniors who we promise to help achieve abundant life. So you mentioned passive, but it's certainly true at all our facilities. It takes many forms depending on who the person is and what their needs are. At Rosecrest, it could be somebody struggling with dementia and just having a loving caretaker, nurse, or therapist, not correct them every time they say the day incorrectly or imagine that they're somewhere else rather than they are, but just to share with them and acknowledge the joy that they're experiencing there. At Passivant, sometimes there's a railroad room where they operate the toy trains, and there's always a group of guys down there playing with the trains and having a good time with that. Many times that's an abundance of life for the people who are experiencing that. It could be, part of my job responsibility is, we call it Silver Smart, technology that helps people live their daily lives. I was going to say recently, it's probably been a couple years ago, we put up a camera in the computer room at Passivant, so one of our residents could see her grandchild who was in Texas at the time instead of just reading an email from them. Something we did just because that brought an abundance to that person's life. I think the point is, what I've seen, while I'm not directly involved with the residents like our staff is, I've consistently seen our faith-based ministry live itself out in how our staff extends themselves to every one of those people and tries in some way to figure out what will be a blessing to those folks and how can we provide it.
Touching the lives of seniors in very life-giving, meaningful ways, and we're going to talk more about that with Mark O'Donnell, more about Lutheran Senior Life right after we take a short break. Welcome back to Lutherans Alive. Thanks for being with us. Today our conversation is with Mark O'Donnell of Lutheran Senior Life. Mark, in your position as a Director of Communications, what is it that you spend your days doing? Do you have a typical day? Perhaps you don't, but what are some of your responsibilities, and how has that been lived out for you?
Yeah. I don't have a typical day, and that's probably what I like best about this job and Lutheran senior life. The types of things I deal with are pretty consistent. It could be developing an ad for one of our programs, or promoting an event that's coming up, or doing an open house for one of our facilities. It could be developing a new brochure for a program. Any of those types of trying to promote something through the media, trying to get the press to cover something that we may be doing at Lutheran Senior Life. And the thing that's nice about it from my perspective is, because we have the variety of programs that I described earlier, I could be working with any number of people in doing that. So it's not usually the same person every day that I'm talking to try to find something. That's the big part of it, but the part of it I like the most is probably why you asked me to be here today, is the church relations and the pastor relations. I joined Lutheran Senior Life 7 years ago. We used to be known as LAS, Lutheran Affiliated Services, and even though Lutheran was in our name, LAS didn't say a lot about who we were and what we did. Right before I joined, our CEO, David Finoletto, and the board changed it to Lutheran Senior Life for 2 reasons: to promote the fact that we're Lutheran, and more importantly than that, we're faith-based. So it's not like there's no preference to being Lutheran, but we're faith-based, and that's the message that we wanted to send to everybody. Although as a social ministry organization, we do connect most frequently with Lutheran pastors and congregation. And the second part of that was senior life. We wanted to send the message through our name of who we serve, and it's seniors in any stage of life that they may be with. So part of my role then was to communicate that to pastors, and I spent a better part of a year meeting with almost 200 pastors around the region. And I read something when I started my job about what it was to be a good Lutheran. And it basically said, first connect with people, then listen to them, and then discern how you may or may not help them. That was kind of my mission statement for that activity. And through that process, I think that David would say that much of what we've done since then has been a result of what I heard from pastors. The growth of our life programs has been a direct response of pastors asking us to be more involved with indigent communities and people who really need services. A lot of what we do in our outreach efforts to pastors has been a result of what they've asked us to do. We used to bring all the pastors in every year for Pastor Appreciation Day in October. And we bring them to one of our facilities, and we'd wash the cars and feed them lunch just to show our appreciation. They pretty much said to us they would prefer that they do an annual convocation now at the Bishop Kinnair Center, where it's a 3 days of, maybe intense is the wrong word. From a layman's point of view, I visualize you go off and you get serious about theology and have a lot of good discussions. And during that time, you have a 3-hour break. So instead of us forcing you to come to one of our places, we come to you and said, look, relax for 3 hours. And if you want to play 9 holes of golf, or have a massage therapist work on your neck because you may be tense, or, just relax and enjoy a meal. My point is that was really a result of listening to what you folks would appreciate more, because it was all about pastor appreciation. So that extension to the pastors and the congregations is a big part of what I do, and I like it a lot.
Those connections are so very important whenever we're working together in ministry. And if it sounds as if you're really enjoying being a face, I guess, for Lutheran Senior Life out in the congregations and in the communities, and doing some good things. And yes, we do appreciate the nice meals. I've have been to the convocations, and it's very lovely, and we certainly want to support our good agencies like Lutheran Senior Life doing a lot of good things for people. It sounds as if it's been a very rewarding thing for you.
It has been, and it was one I didn't anticipate. And we all go through this faith walk. And when I came to Lutheran Senior Life, I wasn't sure why I was here. I accepted the position. I was excited about the job. But the church pastoral relations point of the position was not something that was a priority when we interviewed for the position. But it's, as we all see when we walk with the Lord, and I don't mean that to sound in a hyper-spiritual way. I just mean I've been around a long time. I'm getting at a point in my life where sometimes you see those things more clearly than when you're 25 or 30 years old. And I do enjoy being a face for Lutheran Senior Life. I truly believe in the mission. I believe in the people who are executing it. I mentioned David Finoletto. Donna Van Kirk is my immediate supervisor. She's Vice President of System Development. Our VP of HR is a woman named Kathy Castle. These people, they take their faith seriously, and they take the ministry of what Lutheran Senior Life is seriously. And so I do enjoy being a face for that because I know it gets executed. And I don't have to cover up any blemishes. We're not perfect. We don't do all things perfectly. But I appreciate being part of an organization that is sincere about wanting to be a social ministry organization of this synod and all the things that include. And it's a blessing to be part of that.
Forging those connections or nurturing those connections it is very important, as we've said. But also, one of the ways that you do that is to simply tell the story. We've begin this show by saying, we'd like to tell the stories, and because a lot of people don't know what we do and what we do together as a Lutheran church, as Lutheran Christians here. And part of your job is you get to tell the story. You get to do it not just on a half-hour program like this, but you get to do it every day. You get to tell the stories of what good things God is doing through the work of Lutheran Senior Life and the people there.
I do, and there are a lot of stories. There is first of all, something that I should mention, because I lived in this area all my life. I was born and raised. Raised in this area, raised by my grandparents. So I have always had an empathy for old people. And now as I'm becoming one, I feel less guilty about using that phrase. And I didn't see that until I came to Lutheran Senior Life, about what a wonderful connection that was going to be for me. I truly enjoy seeing the residents, and even though I don't see the residents every day in my role, I really enjoy being part of that and seeing what's going on in their lives. There was a woman we talked about earlier who, she came to Lutheran. She's 90 years old now, God bless her. And, she exercises regularly and is vibrant, and you would never know that by her age, but she tells the story. She's an ambassador for Lutheran Senior Life, just as I am, because she tells the story of how she dreaded coming here and moving away from family, and was very anxious about how that was going to be. And now she tells people that her family's bigger than it ever was, because almost everybody I'm not going to use her name out of courtesy, but if I used it, almost everybody at Pastor and Retirement Community would know who that is. And her love of the Lord is something that she shares consistently. And she has said that she's never had opportunities to do that before in her family situation or even in her church situation. And those types of stories are they're everywhere. And it's a blessing to be part of that. And while the later stage of life can be sad, for those of us who have the right perspective, they're actually a joyous time to be around people. They don't like the physical ailments that they're dealing with, but they understand that it's not a finish line that they're approaching, but a transition line. And it's kind of nice to be in an atmosphere where most people understand that.
Mark, thanks for what you've shared so far. We're going to take another short break, and we'll be back with more here on Lutherans Alive. Welcome back to Lutherans Alive. We're continuing our conversation with Mark O'Donnell from Lutheran Senior Life. Mark, tell us, in the time that you've been with Lutheran Senior Life, what's been the biggest surprise?
I think probably the thing that surprised me the most, I mentioned earlier that I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather was he was the most important person in my life. But he died at a young age, 68, and he had experienced Alzheimer's at even that young age for 2 or 3 years before his death. It was a very sad time. And I was a little bit hesitant about being around that in a senior living community and what that would be like. But I think my biggest surprise has been far and away most of the people I deal with are very upbeat and happy and doing well. There's one facility that I didn't mention earlier that I'm involved with called the Commons at Stonebrook Village. It's an apartment building in McCandless Township. It's our only Allegheny County operation. There's about 28 residents living there, most of them between 65 and 80, 85 years old. And anytime I show up there, they could be sitting around in the lobby area having coffee together or playing cards. They play cards every Thursday afternoon, or planning an outing, take the van and going on a shopping trip. The point is, they're always, for the most part, in really good moods. And I think that's true at all of our campuses, even at St. John, where you tend to get in the skilled nursing building people with more serious medical issues, etc. For the most part, those I've been exposed to are far different than I expected. So it's been much more uplifting. I think more often than not, our residents make me smile, whereas I had anticipated that it would be part of the outreach effort to try to cheer them up. And I found that to be the opposite of what I expected, and that's been a real blessing.
I once saw a picture in a nursing home, a nursing care facility that I was visiting, and the picture on the wall had a little baby girl, and then a girl who was a little bit older, and then a teenager, and then a woman, adult woman, and then an older woman, a senior. And the caption underneath the picture said something to the effect of, "The sun is just as beautiful at its setting as it is at its rising." And that always stuck with me. I thought that was a very poignant thing to say about older adults, and that they can live an abundant life, even with some of the challenges that they face with their health. As you say, they're in their bodies and what's going on. They can live a very abundant life.
They can, and they do, and it is beautiful. And I think I mentioned earlier, with grandparents raising you that and those bad experiences, I think I was a little fearful of that. And I used to think I was called to serve children. I was actually looking to be part of a children's organization when this opportunity presented itself. And I thought, well, Lord, if this is where you want me, I'll go, but I don't quite know why. And now I really get it. I love these. I don't see them a lot. I don't want to exaggerate that, but when I see them, I love the seniors that are in our facilities. They've been around a long time. They know a lot. They seem to have nuggets of wisdom for you just when you need it. And it's also nice that I work in the corporate office in Cranberry, so I'm not always on the communities, but I like to get out and get into the communities sometimes because it really takes your focus off the project you can't get done or the brochure you're having trouble with, and it reminds you of why we're really here. And that's a blessing.
What are your hopes and dreams for Lutheran senior life in the future? What's the vision?
Well, the vision, the hope and dream is that we'll continue to be successful. I think, as you know, in our region of the country, the number of people needing our service is going to grow exponentially, and we are broadening what we do. I mentioned earlier that we're growing into home care and hospice, and I mentioned the apartment building, all new initiatives that are anticipating this increasing number of people who need served. But at the same time, there's challenges on the horizon too. Reimbursement patterns for those programs that are funded through Medicare, medical assistance, are challenged right now. Seniors who 5 years ago may have been in a position that thought they had resources that were going to take care of them for a lot of years may not be in that situation because of what's happened with the stock market, et cetera. So there are challenges with that vision, but the vision is that not only at Lutheran Senior Life, but at other organizations like ours, that will be positioned and prepared so we can truly help those who we empathize with and eventually help ourselves, because we are quickly reaching the same age group when we're going to need a little more help than we need now, and maybe need it from people different than we're getting it from now. And we hope and aspire as an organization to be among those that are filling that void, so we can make those years as pleasant as the ones I'm describing our current residents experiencing. And I guess the vision is that we continue to do that.
And to do that also as a faith-based organization. I mean, there's certainly a lot of very fine retirement communities, places that care for older adults. There's something unique and something special that a faith-based retirement community and senior services can bring to the table and offer that spiritual component of that abundant life that Jesus talked about. I mean, that's just so important, and it's it has a central place, as you said, in Lutheran senior life. I mean, there's a chapel, there's a community on campus, a congregation on campus there at the Passive Retirement Community, and many are involved in local congregations as well, and there's something very special that we have to bring to the table.
Yep. Absolutely. And you're right, there are others doing wonderful work, and I can't imagine doing that in a setting that is not faith-based and focused on what Jesus Christ brings to the people at that stage of life. I don't know how you do it without that, and we're blessed to be able to do that.
Well, thank you for being a blessing, and may God continue to be with you in your work, and Mark, come back and see us again.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for being with us here on Lutherans Alive. We know that from wherever you're watching, there's a Lutheran congregation that would be very pleased to welcome you. Won't you come and worship with us? And won't you come and see us next time on Lutherans Alive?